Good morning, students. Today we will start with the new concept, and the concept is making artificial magnets. Okay. See, you have learned that magnets are of two types: natural magnets and artificial magnets. Now, what are natural magnets? Which are found in the earth crust, like lodestone. Fine. And the artificial magnets are made by human beings. So let us see how to make the artificial magnets. So first of all, what is magnetization? Magnetization. What do you mean by magnetization? It is the process of converting a magnetic substance, magnetic material into a magnet is called magnetization. What do you mean by magnetization? To convert a magnetic material. Magnetic material means what? Means which is made up of iron, nickel or cobalt. Anything which is made up of iron, nickel or cobalt. Okay. So that is known as magnetization. Fine. So the magnets which are made artificially, they may be temporary or permanent in nature. Permanent, they can be permanent or they can be temporary. Fine. So they can be like this. Temporary magnets means the magnets which retain magnetic properties for a short period of time. For a short period of time. Fine. While permanent magnets are the ones which retain the magnetic character for a long time. Okay. These retain magnetic properties for long time. Then we call them permanent magnet or temporary magnet. Magnet. Okay. So this is about like these temporary magnets. In this case, what is going to happen? The magnetic material will act like a magnet under the influence of a strong magnet. Okay. And permanent magnets, they are already magnetized and they retain these magnetic properties for a very long time. Okay. Now, how to magnetize? Magnetization, how it can be done? How we can convert a magnetic material into a magnet? So first is magnetization by rubbing. Okay, magnetization by rubbing. How to rub? Make the artificial magnets by rubbing. Like we can take a small iron piece and a permanent magnet. So what we will do? We are going to convert it into magnet, this iron piece, into magnet. How? By rubbing. Okay. With a strong magnet we are going to rub it. And how this can be done? It is done by two methods called a method called touch method. Now what happens in touch method? See, it can be done by double touch or single touch. Single touch method or double touch method. Clear? In this touch method, or we also call it stroke method. Clear? Now, two different methods are called single touch method or double touch method. What happens in single touch method? See, an iron bar is taken, okay, and a magnet is taken. Magnet has two poles, so we are going to show it. Like, let me make a nice magnet. This one. This is north pole, this is south pole. So, iron bar is rubbed with the magnetic bar. Okay, single touch method. In this, we are going to rub it once or twice, single. Okay, so this iron bar is going to be converted into, this is iron bar. It will get converted into magnet. And what is double touch method? In double touch method, we are stroking it twice or thrice. Like, this is the iron bar. Iron bar. Okay, and two magnets are there. Clear? Two magnets, north pole, south pole, and this is south pole and north pole. Clear? So double touch method. Now what we do in double touch method, we are going to keep one magnet here and one magnet here, and in this case north pole, in this case south pole. So when we are going to rub it, this part is going to become south pole and this part is going to become north pole. Clear? So this is how we can create a create a magnet by double touch. Double touch means two of the magnets are being used. They are going to rub this iron bar, and in this only single magnet is used. Clear? So it is going to show the magnetic properties later on after it has been converted into magnet. So let me again recapitulate what is actually happening. Magnetization by rubbing, or rubbing is done by stroke or touch method. Okay, so this is applied in two ways: touch, single touch or double touch. What does this mean, single touch or double touch? In single touch, we are taking one magnet and iron bar, and single magnet is used to rub it and convert it into magnet. Then next is double touch. In this we are having two magnets, and just keep thing in mind that these two magnets are actually doing what? One is north pole here and south pole is here, and below this also we keep magnets, but we take care that if it is north pole, then it is also going to be north pole. If it is south pole, then this magnet is also south pole. So we are going to rub it here and there like this on the opposite side. So this part is going to become south pole and this will become north pole. Okay, so this is how we make the magnetic substance and convert them into magnets. Now comes demagnetization. The concept that we discussed right now was magnetization. Now we have to demagnetize. Okay, so what does demagnetization means? Demagnetization means that to remove, or the process by which a magnet loses its magnetic properties. That is called demagnetization. Okay, so the process by which a magnet loses its magnetic properties is called demagnetization. So how can we demagnetize any magnet? By heating, throw it in the fire, so the magnetic properties will be lost. Or it can be demagnetized by hammer it, okay, beat it with the hammer, or throw it from a height, throwing from a height. Okay, so these are few methods which can demagnetize a magnet. Okay, it may lose its magnetic properties if also besides these three things, it can also lose its magnetic properties if we do not store the magnets in a proper manner. Okay, so magnets, they should be handled safely, they should be stored safely so that they do not demagnetize, they do not lose their magnetic properties. So I hope you have understood what was it. Now next is the case that how to store a magnet. Storing of a magnet. How to store them? See, actually we store them in a very proper manner. We take a box, and in that box we always take care that the magnets, like bar magnet is there, another bar magnet is there, we keep them in pairs. Okay, and like North Pole, South Pole, South Pole, they may have the properties because they are magnets, so they are going to attract each other. So what we do, we keep them apart with the help of a wooden strip. Okay, we also call wooden cork. Wooden cork. Okay, and there are two keepers. Keepers, we call keepers, magnetic keepers. Keepers. This one and this one. These iron strips, or sorry, magnetic strips. Okay, so these are used on the edges, and in center we use wooden cork. So like this, if we keep them in a box, they do not lose their magnetic properties. Okay, and a horseshoe magnet, how it is stored? It is stored by keeping a single magnetic keeper. Like we have, this is a type of horseshoe magnet. So a keeper is put like this here, so it will not lose its magnetic properties. Now, what are the uses of magnet? Why we are studying them? How they are useful to us? What are the uses of magnets? Where they are used in our day-to-day life? Okay, so first is, like we have learnt about the navigation purpose, that is useful for sailors and trekkers or adventure people, those who love to do adventure. So besides this, where else it is being required? First thing, where it is required, it is used in electronic devices. Used in electronic devices. Okay, just like radio, TV or television. Radio, TV. Okay, it is used in loudspeakers, microphones, speakers, microphone, etc. Okay. Other than this, where it is used? It is used to make electric motors. We are going to study about them in higher classes, how they are used in making electric motors or generators. Okay, they have strong magnet inside them. Then last thing, magnetic storage devices, just like hard disks, okay, or they are used in hard disks in computer, etc. You have learnt about it. Then they are used in ATM cards, okay, and credit cards to store the information. Then besides this, used in the doors of refrigerators or almirahs or cupboards. Okay, they are also used to separate the scrap, which is made up of magnetic material, scrap and iron nails. For segregating this also it is being used. So these are various uses, and some more uses you can find out from your day-to-day routine. So I hope you may be able to find out some more uses where the magnets are used. Fine. So this was about this chapter, and in next class we will start with the new chapter. So learn it.